Raila is trying to interfere with the 2012 elections. So how was I going to do that? Through an article. Because if you're trying to concoct something, a scheme, you would not publish it for people to read the scheme. It would be a hidden thing. It would be covert. But me, I just published an article, which was requested. The things I mentioned in my article are the same things Anyang' Nyong'o had mentioned in his letter to the Electoral Commission that were reported in the press. Nobody censured Anyang' Nyong'o, and Anyang' Nyong'o asked me to write the article in the presence of the deputy captain. Raila was there on the trip. Raila invited me to the trip. Now, the day they are suspending me, they invite me to go to their strategy team meeting in Naivasha. Why? A day before that, Raila sent me a pile of things to do. As you can see, my place is full of papers. I have all kinds of work I just do here. And I asked him, even when I met with him, so why did you send me work a day before and you had already made up your mind that you want to kick me? Or is it because now I have to work even when you are guillotining me? You know, you're hanging me, but you say, before you die, you must answer this question so that I can be president. And then there is a caveat at the bottom of my articles. The opinions expressed are that of the author and not of the Prime Minister or the organization he works with. And let me ask you, Makau Mutua writes all kinds of incendiary articles in the Kenyan papers. Every day, every week. He does not even write the caveat at the bottom of his, and he's a dean, distinguished professor. Does it mean he's speaking for his school where he teaches? Has anybody even bothered to say, no, let us complain to this university because Makau Mutua is doing it? No. How come when it is Miguna, the thought process is different? If it is bad, if it is good, it reflects good or well. Miguna has never written an article that anybody says is poorly argued. The grammar is perfect, everybody says. Yes. It is written well, it is argued well, nobody has been sued. Yes. What are you complaining about?
If it expresses an opinion.
No, but I'm saying, what are you complaining about? It is a good thing. For example, if I explain what ODM stands for, why is that? Why are you complaining and you're the leader of ODM? If Raila, and let me give you two examples where people say, I should not have said this or done this. You know, the speaker is an intelligent man and quite eloquent, and he has done very good things. But he has also done some very stupid things. For example, saying that MP should not pay tax. That is not just stupid. It perpetuates the culture of impunity because we know the Constitution is saying one thing. So he should be criticized because he's not God. And the speaker makes mistakes, and he has made several. Now, in this context, the Prime Minister and the President and the Vice President had made a decision as executives that tax must be paid, and they went and paid theirs. I'm his advisor. I should be explaining why the Prime Minister did what he did and telling people who are criticizing him. And in this one, the Speaker was criticizing the Prime Minister. And I called him up to, he should be thanking me and calling the Speaker why the Speaker is going against him and they belong to the same party. But in this, they do the opposite. Why? Expediency. Because he thinks the Speaker has a constituency that is going to vote. But Luos are disposable because he has them in his pocket. That is how he thinks. Because I'm a Luo, I add no value in his vote whatever, considerations. Because the other guy is a lawyer, is more important than me. Not because he said something more intelligent than what I've said or more progressive, but because Raila wants votes. Is that a leader? Let me finish. So that, we have to pay attention to that. Secondly, on the Hassan thing, I called them up on tribalism and nepotism and corruption in the commission. The question people should have been asking, is this true or not? Now everybody knows they are true. Why blame me for saying something true? And what is happening there, which I complained about, are bad things. You should be thanking me and giving me commendation. But instead, they're blaming me. Why? Because the guy is a Somali and you're looking for Somali votes. My dear, if we go that route, we can never clean this country of all these ills. There are times we must do the right thing, even if the whole world stood against it, and you say, no, we are going to get rid of corruption. And even if I lose votes, so be it. Because he said that when he was doing the Mao,
Yes.
that I'm ready to put my political ambition online in order to deal with this environmental problem because it's a major one. What did he do then? After he chased away peasants, the oligarchs are still there. And Raila is not talking about the Mao anymore. Therefore, Ruto has a chance and a right to say you're just playing politics with the Mao. Because the first people he should have removed are two groups. The oligarchs, who own 99.9% of the land there, which does not belong to them, and they have destroyed the forest, and the loggers. He has not dealt with the loggers, and he has not dealt with the oligarchs. So he's playing games with us. There was no negotiation. Raila wanted me to go back to help him, unless he cleans the environment. You see, my conditions are very simple. Deal with the problem. Why is it so difficult? By the way, even foreign consultants, I've gone to Raila and I've told him, your office is a mess. He hired some American consultants. They didn't touch Miguna's office. They didn't criticize Miguna. They criticized Karoli, they criticized Zahakia, they criticized everybody else. And they said, get rid of these people. Tell me, can you go back to a shark-infested water? It's a pool, a small pool, with sharks. And somebody wants you to drop into that shark-infested water. Clean the sharks. You see, in life you can never say never. If the sharks are cleaned and the environment is okay, then you know I'm a Kenyan. And that office does not belong to Raila. It's a public office. Raila himself is not paying anybody from his pocket. So I can't say that office is Raila's. When I was appointed, Raila did not appoint me. He appointed me through Kibaki. And remember, legally, I've not been suspended. Legally, Kibaki appointed me. So the only person who could suspend me was Kibaki. The same way when Zahakia and Karoli were being suspended, he announced it from State House. Kibaki has not announced my suspension. So legally, they didn't suspend me. And you know, that is why they locked me. They changed the locks. Because they knew legally, I could just walk back into my office. So they physically restrained me from going into the office and even getting my personal effects. You know, I don't even have my personal effects. Because I think they thought, we lock him out. Maybe this guy, there is something in this office. Let's go look for anything. They went looking. They've been looking for 4 months. There is nothing. Then they said, you know what? Maybe the guy is going to write a book. Maybe he has documents here that he needs. Let's lock him out of that. The guy is too smart. The guy has documents all over the world. Even if you came and burned down Miguna's house, Miguna will not, the book will come out. Some documents are in cyberspace, some are in Canada, some are everywhere. Miguna is sitting pretty. Even if you killed me today, the book will still come out. This is a child that will come out, whether you like it or not. The publishers are ready, they are waiting. The book is ready. And Miguna is just watching you run around like a fool. The book will be read by everybody. Villagers, peasants, workers, politicians, executives, business titans. Miguna will be sitting pretty. Now I can just say, okay, how much have I made? What are they saying? What are the critics saying? Can they write their own books? I continue living. I continue doing exactly the same things I've been doing throughout my life. Agitating for change, working for freedom, working for justice, working for truth, standing up for the common Kenyan, trying to get rid of corruption. Those are big challenges, and I'm not doing them alone. I will have to do it with other Kenyans, and that is happening. No, never. I never regret. Remember, I went to Canada without any money in my pocket. When I left Kenya, I had just come out of detention. Less than a month after I came out of detention, it was incommunicado detention, meaning you have no communication to the outside world for 14 days with serious torture. Then when you come out, you are expelled from the university and you are told to go to your village and you have no means of income because you don't come from these big homes. And then you have to use this to get out of the situation. And I did in less than a month. This man thinks and plans ahead of a lot of people. So if Raila thinks he planned ahead of me, let him delude himself. I'm sitting pretty. I will never tell him what I'm going to do, but I am doing something, and I'm going to do something. And Miguna, fortunately, has made a name for himself in this country. Miguna no longer can be ignored. I do not represent just Miguna. I represent certain ideals that a lot of people believe in, but that a lot of people are also do not have the courage to say and to stand up for. And I'm going to continue representing that voiceless large chunk of the population of this country that wants impunity challenged, that wants democracy in all spheres, that wants equality and equity and justice, but can't do it either because they have been compromised, or because they have been threatened, or because they feel they have no avenue. So their voices have been muffled. Mine hasn't. I'm going to use it.